6 thumbs up already.
7 on my screen.
Oh, hey, our audio's on.
Twilight falls, starlight calls, darkness chills the air, and far away the heart will stray, a yearning with no care. And through this night the winds might fight, though none the victor be, till morning light on western bight warms the rising sea. This scene has played 10 million times, it's seen by far few. This life, this glimpse is but a flash to me, is all so new. Tides rise and fall on granite wall, carved not by human hands, to count the days in ancient ways before the time of man.
Come on, audio. Go here now. We're yay!
All right.
Yay!
Yeah,
And now we got audio. You gotta always pay attention to the
Audio dress rehearsal.
audio. There we are. Yay!
Well,
We're live.
welcome aboard what we are calling Stinkpot.
Stinknot.
Floating island
Yes.
somewhere on the St. Johns River in an undisclosed location.
I'm Cherie.
I'm Chris.
We are your hosts here at Technomadia, and these are our friends.
So here, that's Why Not. We are the co-captains of Why Not here. And there we go.
That's us.
That's
We
Dave and
are
Stacey.
Stinkpot.
Yes.
I'm
Which is
Stacey.
And I'm Dave.
And we are currently rafted up. You see Stinkpot right behind us.
Really close. Boats shouldn't be this close.
Not without skill and intention.
yeah, it was a fun docking. But we've gotten good. This is now our third night
rafting.
in a row of rafting. We've tried it 2 different positions so far.
We don't. The less said about that, the better.
Yes,
Sounds
yes.
wholesome.
You saw all of it in the little intro video. We shared all of that.
Yes. That has been super fun. This is our first time rafting up. First time we've found people we want to raft up with.
That were in the proximate location.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
And-
probably lots of people we'd enjoyed rafting up with, just we're never in the same place at the same time.
Yes, we've been on people's boats. People have been on our boats, but their boats and our boats have always been far apart because boats move slow. But we've been very fortunate that these guys have been hanging out in Sanford since December.
And we arrived back in late January. And if you tuned into our live, was it last? No, that was back in February.
Yeah.
We had these guys on board to make
We made macaroni cheese, and we were just getting to know them then.
Yep.
And because they're our dock neighbors, we've kind of gotten in the habit of every evening going for a walk. We go see Dave perform on Thursdays, and they've just gotten really
lots
attached.
Of dinners, lots of last minute, hey, you want to go?
and we were so attached to having them as dock neighbors that we actually hired a diver to take the props off their boat so they'd be stuck in Sanford. But then they're like, well, maybe we should all, we had a change of heart. Maybe we should just cruise with them down the river a little bit because they're heading to Vermont.
Well,
Or somewhere. They're going north.
We're going north, and Vermont would be it's our goal.
It's our stretch
let's
goal.
call it our goal.
Yes.
We are cognizant of the fuel prices. Dave is going to do an online concert to maybe see if we can raise some fuel money. DaveRowMusic.com.
If you enjoyed the opening song, that's one of his originals.
And it was called Before the Time of Man, and I think we really got that vibe on this river when there's ancient dinos like giant birds and alligators.
13-foot alligators.
Oh my gosh.
And we're just out there drifting, just the four of us.
Yep.
In this place where you can actually see no other signs of man.
I know,
Exactly.
Except for ourselves.
Yes.
and it was amazing. It did feel like we were in the ancient past.
Of course, there's the fan boat that's just about to come by us.
It's gonna
It's
be-
literate our
Here,
audio.
I'll switch to the upstairs camera and see
Maybe we can
if.
see it.
I think he's ahead of us, but I could be wrong.
I think he's out on the other side of the
Okay,
little
he's on the other
island.
side. So yeah, this is the camera, remote camera I've got upstairs. Oh, I don't need to have the live soon countdown there, but maybe we'll see him go past
He's
us.
come down the port side here and give us
Okay.
a show.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Well, I don't know how exciting
If
that
he
will
comes
be.
back out, I'll turn the outside camera on again. But yeah, we've got pretty sunset. We were gonna set up and do this live from upstairs until
But
we realized we'd be squinting into the sun and like this, and not quite so effective. Yeah. Thank you, Fanboat. You've
Yes,
got a
go
little-
away, fanboat. They're the type of fans we like.
And we shut off the refrigerator so we wouldn't have this kind of noise.
I know, this is so much more extreme.
Can we put out, like, there's a day anchor that we could put out. Is there, like, a live filming studio anchor thing we could put out and say, go away?
I would hope so. No, I'm sure that this is making it really hard to hear us right now.
Because we can barely hear each other right now.
Go. Move along.
Yeah, they're kind of fun to ride in, but they are so loud and annoying.
There's two of them.
Oh, these are the ones that went by earlier.
Well,
There's a
that's
puppy dog.
twice as loud.
Oh, they've got a dog on there. Do they have ear protection on that dog? Oh, that poor puppy. I hope that Dave got some sort of earplugs in the dog.
I don't think they make doggy earplugs.
Oh, now that's a deaf dog then. Oh my gosh.
You might be able to catch them on the
Yeah.
aft camera now.
Let's see.
They should
They'll be coming on in just a second.
Should be pulling into the shot.
Come on. Go faster.
Okay.
Come on. There they are.
So that's what's making all the noise right now.
Yes. So yeah, hopefully you could hear us over that. I'm not sure how these microphones are working, but goodbye, airboats. Over our hot tub view.
This is the first time we've been in civilization of any kind.
The last 2 nights, yeah. Yeah, we're kind of near Astor, and so it's Sunday. It's been such a beautiful,
We had a
beautiful
cruising
day.
day. Yesterday it was all rainy. So we
We had a big storm.
Big storm,
actually,
so we
right
just-
now.
I think everybody thought it was a good cruising day, but because there were a lot of boats out today.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. But it's still beautiful. It's beautiful out
It
there.
probably was because of the storm yesterday. They didn't
Yeah.
vote on Saturday, and that was the time for our first raft up in an aft to aft configuration.
Mm-hmm.
So both boats dropped an anchor and kind of
Backed up,
back
Backed up to
toward
each
each
other.
other, and then we
tied up side to side.
and then tightened the anchor so we didn't move at all in that storm. Some
'Cause-
people were
Because we're
worried.
down a much more narrow river than we didn't want to have to account for the swinging room, so that allowed us to be still close together, not hit each other unintentionally.
Right.
Mhm.
It worked really well.
It did work well. I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. So, do we have anything to talk about?
Well, I guess do we have 2 occasions to mark on the agenda?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So on Friday, Chris marked his 16th year on the road. So
Yep.
he left his Silicon Valley home on April 1st, 2006, solo.
Was not a joke.
Although he's still here.
People saw the tiny little trailer I set off in, and they thought I was crazy or joking, because the trailer had no bathroom, no air conditioning, and no cooking appliances, really.
No room for anybody else.
No, it was teeny tiny, but it had mobile internet and solar power. And somehow I managed to convince, met Cherie that first year, and she wanted to move aboard too. So, hey, had basically everything I needed. But yeah, it was definitely crazy that first year.
It was new relationship energy that got us through that.
So we just, over at technomadi.com, and for those just joining on here, we just posted kind of a 16-year recap / montage post to look back at moments from all 16 years. So
see
check
Chris
that out.
without gray hair?
Yeah, it's changed. My hair's gotten grayer, but I'm actually thrilled looking at the pictures. Like, I've gotten a lot thinner and healthier in the last year or two. So that's good. Yeah, ran 4 miles this morning. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy Nomadiversary. 16 years is quite an accomplishment.
Congratulations.
Yay. And then the other occasion, which is today, is our 5th legal versary for Cherie and I of being legally married to get cheaper boat insurance.
Basically, that was right. We finally we held off actually making it legal until gay marriage or same-gender marriage was legal across the country.
Yes, we didn't feel right taking advantage of legal protections that did not apply to everyone equally. So, we got committed. We had rings, all of that, actually 15-ish years ago or so. Yeah, long time ago.
We met 15.
Yeah, at Burning Man, we did our own ceremony in front of the man and all that. But we did it legally on the boat. We literally tied a knot on Why Not 5 years ago today. At sunset. So, yeah, literally 5 years ago today at sunset.
Oh, happy cheap insurance.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And it makes legal things legally easier. So, hey, it works. And we got, actually, that was special too, because we did get to celebrate that with my parents and your mom, and so that was really special.
We were actually going to have the ceremony on April Fool's Day on his Nomadiversary, except for his parents had a golf tournament that day.
Yeah, we got to adapt around the schedules.
But when you decide to get married like a week with a week's notice, you gotta deal
with other people's schedules. Yeah. But it's good. And so. Yeah, and this is, I guess, they're departing Sanford-ish time anniversary-ish thing, but they're coming back.
We will come back.
Yes.
This is not goodbye. This is just
until next time.
And it's true. We recently changed insurance policies because we did sell our dirt home, and our insurance company was no longer interested in insuring our boat. And we were so happy to get insurance that we didn't read it closely. And we thought we actually had to leave Florida for hurricane season, but we took a closer look. So now we're just doing it to beat the heat and seek adventure, and it's already been so much fun.
Well, it's hard to be nomadic people if we're not nomadic.
Yes. It is kind of, it's part of the definition of being nomadic. Yeah. It's moving around every so often.
Yep.
So we were very tempted by the invitation to just pal along and let's do this buddy boat thing all the way up to Vermont potentially, but we've got a lot of other stuff we're focused on this year, so we're not going to do a long cruise. But maybe next year. So we'll see.
We have them until Wednesday.
Yes. We're going to keep going down the river until Wednesday.
Yes, and then we will turn around, return to Sanford, and we're off for a little RVing adventure.
Yeah, then we've got a van trip scheduled. So yeah, we've got other types of adventures that are already pre-booked.
Yes, and then our big goal this year is to get our day job life to a point that we can actually step back and then do the more active cruising, so that we can enjoy it without working as much.
Here's to working less, cruising more.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'll drink to that.
Woohoo! Working less, cruising more.
So, we have really no agenda in this evening. This was completely spontaneous. We all decided our hot water tanks were hot, so let's take showers and go on camera. So, pretty much how it goes.
I just wiped my face off. I didn't shower.
We don't.
Stink knots. Yes, it's okay. And
we swim with the gators.
Yeah. So if you have questions about boating, nomadic life, they have actually completed the Great Loop.
We're gold loopers.
yes, they got the Burgee to prove it, and we're just hanging out, stuff, blah blah blah. The only thing we don't really do questions on is internet, because this is our personal space. Our work life is over at mobileinternetinfo.com. Though we will say we are coming to you live via Starlink, bonded with Verizon and Sprint Calyx, because Starlink still has too many dropouts to reliably do a live like
but
this.
we are roaming on our Starlink, so our official service address is back in Sanford, and we are now like 40, something miles away.
It's a good hour drive. I know.
Yeah,
that.
we are definitely in roaming territory. So if you're not following along, Starlink supports roaming now. We've got a whole big guide at mobileinternetinfo.com/Starlink. No questions about that here. You see our work life. But yeah,
we'll
cool.
be asking
Starlink
all
on
the
a boat.
questions after the camera.
Starlink is mounted by our radar.
Starlink does not work when the radar is on if you have it right next to it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, no more work. Okay.
Turn it off.
And I don't know. I don't even know how many people are tuned in or what's up, but feel free to throw out the questions. It looks like 42 people are tuned in.
Not bad for a last minute decision.
Yeah. Boom. And
yeah, this came up at lunch. How would you like to go live?
A bit more volume, please.
Yeah, I already tweaked it a little bit. We're at max volume right now, so if it needs more, that's all it can do.
It's our sound engineer.
We can always move closer. To the microphones. That's the ultimate.
And
adjustment.
Joe's here, link wizarding for us.
All
Hey,
right.
Joe.
so happy, Joe. Thank you for sharing your good news. We are so relieved.
Yes.
And in fact, Joe, just last evening we shared a bottle of wine
from Rune,
where we last saw you. So
that was good.
Desert
really
wine. Yeah. Just kind of a new concept for me to see the photos of where you were.
With the desert mountains around.
Tasted like grapes, smelled like cactus.
Yes. And if there's no questions, we'll just drink wine, and I don't know what else we'll do here. But hey.
Yeah, so you're heading north. Do you have any stops that you know for sure you're going to be making?
We do have some stops we know for sure. We would like to spend a little bit of time in the Charleston area.
Love Charleston.
I wouldn't mind cruising up the Cooper River, up to the lakes above that. I don't know if we will or we won't.
That is a pretty off-the-beaten-loop destination.
Definitely an off-the-beaten-loop destination.
Speaking of off-the-beaten-loop,
yes,
plug your group.
We have a Facebook group called Off the Beaten Loop, and that's what it's about. It's about places along the Great Loop that aren't necessarily part of the Great Loop. So, side trips like going up the St. Johns River in Florida would be off the beaten loop.
Mm-hmm.
Just things like that. Going to Nashville when you're in the TVA area.
It's for me, when I looked at the loop and first read about it, it's all those side trips are the things that are most fascinating to me, and that's why I've never been in a rush to do the loop quick. There's so many other places to go check out.
Well, that's why we're going to do the loop again.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
because there's so many places that when you are going through and you have to be certain places by certain times, or you'll freeze your tuchus off. Mm-hmm. You say, well, we'd like to do this, but that's going to have to be another trip. That's going to have to be another time. Mm-hmm. We made those decisions as we went, and we saw a bunch of cool stuff that you could see no other way than by water. Mm-hmm.
And when you visit towns, visiting towns by water is a whole different experience than visiting them by car or by RV, because it's a slower pace and you usually are in the heart of the town, which is one of my favorite things about cruising. We have a comment from Sue pointing out that she loves the intro video and
a Dave Rowe original. He is a professional musician and songwriter.
Yep.
Yeah. So what app do you use to make your music?
That was recorded in Logic on an Apple Macintosh computer.
On Stinkpot.
On Stinkpot.
You wrote that on the boat.
I wrote it on the boat. I recorded it on the boat. And that in itself is a feat.
And is that album available?
It is
unreleased.
Not.
Unreleased.
Oh,
okay, there we are.
It'll be on my next 8-track cassette.
Right.
That is going to be the Folk on the Water?
That will be on the Folk on the Water album.
Okay, bring that album out. Finish
Volume
it.
1.
You got
Finish
a
it.
sneak peek. I just asked him for you want us to put some of your music on this, and
I can't even sell that.
And Joe even linked to your site there. Joe, you're
professional link wizard.
Nice.
So yes, so for the video that was done on Final Cut Pro, and Chris took some of the drone footage.
Just
I've been
yesterday and this morning,
of us
a couple hours ago.
I realized that I sucked at taking any video of our 2 months together in Sanford, except for I think that was him.
Two rainstorms.
Two rainstorms is what I got.
And Dave playing live a little bit.
Yes, I got footage of Dave playing.
But yeah, it was fun to do some drone shots. I actually filmed our docking and undocking attempts and stuff, and we did a pretty good job actually. Because
what do you mean attempts?
I know that word struck me.
Okay, accomplishments.
And you should be very, very clear here. We basically got Why Not anchored, and he did all the tricky stuff.
No, I actually kept the back end lined up. Yeah. There was maneuvering on both sides, but I was flying a drone and maneuvering Why Not at the same time. I probably shouldn't confess that.
No, I was at the helm.
Yes.
I was at the helm.
Captaining.
Yes.
It was exciting for just a moment.
We did it. We did good stuff. We figured it out. And you guys had done like the regular style of rafting before.
We've rafted up in this manner many, many times.
Okay.
Just side by side.
We're kind of quasi experts at this.
But 69 was new for you.
Yes.
Aft to aft.
We'll call aft to
stern to stern, aft to aft.
Better security for a big storm.
But we also have a bayliner. We have the little sister to Why Not. She's a 38.
You can see the bayliner logo right.
Yeah.
Behind me.
Amazingly, they fit together so well, despite the
clearly
size
came off the same drawing.
Yeah, they are very
from the rear. I mean, they look almost exactly alike. Our decks are just nice. It's easy for boarding and getting across.
Yeah, same height.
Yeah. Yes. Whenever it's time for dinner, when we're rafted up, it's like, all right, where are we going to eat? Where should we go to?
Who's cooking tonight?
Who's cooking tonight?
So we have a question from Mike saying, how about giving us a quickie overview of power consumption while at anchor? Okay.
So we both have solar. You have how many watts?
We have 700 watts of solar.
We have 1,440. We have 300 amp hours of lithium at 24 volts. Your battery bank is?
We have 800 amp hours of 12 volt lead acid batteries.
Right. So yours is about usable 350. Ours is
400. Yeah, more 400.
More like 400.
Yeah, no, 50%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, So both some pretty big banks.
You can charge while underway. We can't without running the generator.
Right. We don't have an alternator charging setup yet. That's on the project list.
We have a 200 amp alternator for charging our house batteries while we're underway. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday during that storm, we did have to both run our generators to top up. And
we have a built-in generator. They have their generator is in the junkyard right now, and they've got a Honda 2000.
They're picking a new one up on the way up the coast.
We have one that is destined for a spot in our boat right now that's filled with soda. Because every square inch of the inside of a boat needs to have something in it.
Yes.
And
another airboat.
Yay. And but we do have a lot of big, heavy power users on our boat because we've got a fridge, an ice maker, a chest freezer, and a beer fridge.
All necessary.
So it's all very critical. So we do, even with our 1,440 watts of solar, we run at a deficit, so we need a little bit of generator time every day or two.
If we're getting good sun, which is not always a given, we tend to need to run the generator about an hour and a half every other day.
And we have the only thing we don't have is the beverage fridge. Otherwise, we have the chest freezer, the ice maker, the refrigerator, and I'd love to have a beer fridge. I just don't know where I'd put it. That's the problem. It's a smaller boat.
Yes, it is smaller, but it has a great layout on your boat, though.
We love it. We love the boat.
Yes, and if you look at our February live, we did actually a tour of their boat as part of that.
Yeah, true. So, I do have it queued up here.
If you want to watch it.
If you want, do people want to see a tour of Stinkpot? Because
we can play it again.
Yeah.
I'll come back to your question in just a second, Sig. Let's go give a quick tour of Stinkpot.
Yes, queue up more questions.
Queue up questions while we're giving this tour.
So it's a tour of this boat right here.
Yay, there it is.
This is Stinkpot, our bayliner. Welcome aboard. It's a big step.
Okay.
You've caught us doing laundry day. It's a $150 washing machine. Amazon special. We keep a Yeti because we have an ice machine. We keep our sodas and beers and stuff out of the fridge because apartment-sized fridges fill up really fast. Come on inside. This is the salon. This is Cherie and Dave Rowe. And
my guitar.
As you can see, we have an unusually large table, seating area. We have a wet bar with an ice machine. This is our lower helm. And we keep stuff. We live aboard, so here are our Wordle cheat sheets.
I'm not the only one that cheats.
Well, sometimes you just have to write it out, you know? We have quartz countertops. We took out the 2 little sinks that you see on a lot of boats. I don't know, that was all the rage at one point. When we're in a marina, we tend to enjoy fruit more than we do when we're going along. So we have a bunch of fruit right now. Dave replaced the Princess Electric stove that you see in so many boats. Here is our mid-berth. It's pretty roomy. I'm a little concerned that it's comfortable and people will stay longer than 3 days. I think it was Ben Franklin that said house guests are like fish. They're stinky after 3 days. I'm not sure, but my hanging locker is in that room.
What's a hanging locker?
It's a closet that is on a boat called a hanging locker, but this is the day head. We have 2 heads or bathrooms aboard Stinkpot. And let me go on to the other side and show you that it is a tub and shower that you can hop into from either stateroom. Kind of unusual, I think, to have a bathtub on a boat when we have a 12-gallon hot water heater. But I am in the master stateroom right now. And through cinema magic, Chris is crawling through the shower and tub area. But walk around full bed, lots of light, and we have a printer aboard. Dave is a musician, so we actually have an ironing board and an iron. This is what I meant by hanging locker, in case you missed it. It's a closet. That is Dave's, and we have yet another head, so it has more bathrooms than our house had before we sold that. But as you can see, it's just kind of an efficiency home, 38 feet long. And this is our apartment fridge instead of a marine fridge. It fit almost perfectly in the space. It's a couple $100, but Dave installed 700 watts of solar up above on the flybridge as a roof. So we didn't really need a 12-volt refrigerator system, and so it's frost-free. We love that. But that's just a general overview. There's a fly bridge up above, which everyone has probably seen before. But
fly bridges look like fly bridges. It's funny.
Okay.
And that is the way we live.
And here we are. We're on the fly bridge. We have the 700 watts of solar panels right here that Stacey was referring to. I had to make the panels arranged in such a way that I could have my radar actually poke up through it, which was fun. A little project when we were in Wisconsin. This is where we spend most of our time driving. We keep our nice captain's chairs covered so that the birds don't have their way with them. We keep the helm covered as well for the same reason. It's a lovely place to drive from.
Hey, that was the quick fun tour.
And Dave was just offering to go grab the ironing board and do a live performance on
yes.
that.
I'll go get it right now. And,
I will never live that down. I meant we had an ironing board because Dave is a musician, because he looks
iron
spiffy.
my shirt.
Yeah.
And musicians are known for looking good
He is
on
spiffy,
stage.
and
Right.
part of his
Yes.
tax write-off for his work.
yeah, the only thing I can write off is the ironing board.
It's the only thing you don't use in your regular life.
Okay, so the only question that came in here is Sig wondering how much would it cost for a 40-foot boat to spend 3 months at our marina in Sanford with water and electricity? And what is the name of the marina?
Oh,
we'll PM you.
The marina is full right now.
It's actually changing hands, so it is in flux.
Yeah, we're actually not even 100% sure if the name will stay the same.
We don't know.
We know nothing.
The pricing. We don't know if they'll allow people to stay extended stays.
So
we don't know anything.
It's price per foot generally in any marina, and prices for let's use averages here. Prices for marinas range from say $1.50 per foot in some places in the Mid-Atlantic to as much as $6 per foot in New York City.
That's for nightly, but when you get to monthly rates,
it
varies. It varies quite a bit. Like on our dock,
the marina is currently called Monroe Harbor Marina, by the way.
Our dock is, I think we're paying like $9 a foot.
Yeah, plus electric, plus a liveaboard fee.
Right. So our 47-foot boat cost us. In fact, I have my marina bill. I need to call in. It was like $660 for a month. So.
Which is a bargain in such an amazing location.
We're right downtown.
Yes.
But there's other places we've stayed. Like you want to stay downtown Fort Lauderdale for a month, you're paying minimum $35 a foot.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. But more normal, I would say, is $15 to $20 a foot for a monthly.
Yep. And even, I mean, if you're in the panhandle of Florida, you're going to see $10 to $12 a foot. Mm-hmm. We stayed at a place in New Orleans, which was at the time, I think, $11 a foot, which was amazing for New Orleans. Mm-hmm. But that place has since changed hands. Mm-hmm. I have no doubt that it's gone up since then.
Yeah. And so the story with Monroe Harbor Marina, for anybody, it's been a great marina for us. The current operators have lost their lease of 55 years, and the city is taking it over with a new management company effective June 1st. So everything is subject to change.
Do not budget around any of those numbers.
So we don't know what's going to happen. We all hope to stay there. They hope to come back. But it's all a big mystery until the new management takes over.
Our general plan this year is we're going to keep Wine out there and probably go do some more van trips away from the boat and keep it there, hoping these guys return in the winter, and we'll have next winter together, I guess.
I think that is the plan.
Mm-hmm. Yes. If not, we'll meet somewhere else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just got a comment from Steve saying, "Hi, Chris. Congrats on 16 years." And Steve has been, I know him back to probably the year 2000, back when I worked at Palm and Palm Source. And Steve was like employee number 3 at Palm, so he just finally left. So he was the longest. The Palm sort of still existed until Steve. So,
and I know that Stacey and Steve are now friends.
That's right.
On Facebook.
It's a small world.
Why are we friends?
Stacey's got a lot of friends.
I sought him out. People strike me as interesting or funny. I want them in my newsfeed, and
Steve is interesting and funny, and he plays with self-driving cars and does cool stuff, and is off to a new job. So, yay! Congrats on the new job, Steve.
Absolutely.
And okay, we got a comment here about Sanford. I did not realize you were in Sanford. I was recently there to visit friends and have lunch at the Old Jail Restaurant and dinner at the German Place. Such a nice downtown area.
Yes.
Have you heard of that German place?
Our favorite restaurants, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you've actually been to the jail?
Yeah.
We haven't.
Oh, it's great.
Okay.
It's really good.
But the German place is Hollerbach's Willow Tree Cafe is part of what made us fall in love with Sanford.
And it's a part of what made Sanford. Sanford would not be Sanford without Hollerbach's coming in almost more than 20 years ago and really just establishing downtown Sanford, revitalizing itself. And then
they created a destination.
Yeah.
Just in themselves. I mean, people were coming to Sanford for Hollerbach's. And then they built the town around
it has become kind of, I guess, one of the premier German restaurants, German live music places in the country, and people make trips just to go there. So hey, but it's an experience on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, or whenever Eckhart and Jimmy are playing.
Great.
Yes, and it's gluten free too.
Yes, and we happened on our very first visit to Sanford. It turns out that Eckhart, who is one of the performers who's been there for 20 years, is an RVer with his wife Sabina, and that was an interesting evening going there and having the singer come off stage and introduce himself to us.
You're the RVers. Oh my God, I gotta call my wife.
But we became very, very dear friends with Sabina and Eckhart over the years, and they're a big part of the reason why we came back to Sanford at the start of the pandemic is because we knew we had friends there, as well as our family in the vicinity. And the first people that when they came to Sanford we made a point to make sure that they knew was Sabine and Akardis too.
And
Yeah,
that
'cause they
proved
were-
to be a really good connection to have.
They were watching your boat, and it
Yeah,
had
they
a
were our
little
boat
issue,
watchers.
and then we
it's like-
intersected, and they're wonderful, as
Speaking
you say.
of batteries,
Yes.
we,
Yes, our battery charger had gone kaput.
Yeah, while
And
we were on our,
thankfully, you guys had a portable one that
Yep.
you're able to bring over and restore them for us. And
Yeah,
that was
no, I-
before we even met.
Yes, yeah, we had just been virtual. We'd seen them in person once when we cruised past them and waved literally from boat to shore. At one point.
pandemic wave.
I
right?
mean, to be fair, it was early COVID, and we were afraid to actually meet at that point. So
Oh, yeah.
the wave
We were
over the
both-
water seemed
It
like
wasn't-
really.
Yeah,
That's
so
very
we
purpose.
all thought about like, hey, do we want to do a night together? Like, we don't want to die.
See you down the
Yeah,
road.
so
Yeah, that was the time when it was all crazy.
yes, we didn't even know
Yes,
what was going on.
And Joe has even put up the link for Hollerbox. So yeah,
And we have taken Joe there multiple times, at least once or twice.
yeah, at least once.
Yes,
they've had meetups there, and it's a fun
Yes.
place.
Yes.
And I think we're caught up on questions, and so I don't know if we want to wrap this up. And then let's see how this is the gimbal cam still going? Oh, it looks like it tilted. The
Oh,
gimbal
no.
battery died.
Aw,
So
thanks,
yeah,
our
there's our
grill.
solar panels and the grill.
Oh, look, that's a great shot of both of our solar panels.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can see the both side by side. I
That's
could
how
go
it
up there and
works.
grab the camera. It's still broadcasting. It's just the
Okay,
gimbal.
just-
Okay, I'll go. You guys talk. I'm gonna go show people pan around.
All right.
Do I need to do anything?
Oh yeah, wait. I should
'Cause-
probably make it that camera.
Yeah, that would be really. Or else you're just going to be up there.
Panning
Waving
around.
while we chat.
Yes, they're okay.
Yeah, they know what
They're
we look like
talking.
anyway.
Yes.
I have no microphone upstairs, so you'll have to narrate.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
narrating. Chris is going upstairs. He just unzipped the screen because this is Florida after all, and there we are.
There we are. Now you can see the sun
That was
set
his thumb,
through
and-
Stinkpot's flybridge.
There, yeah. We have the island right beside us, and
Yes, I guess we're fairly lucky that the island is quiet right now. It can be a bit of a party destination for boaters, and sometimes any place you can
Look.
land a boat.
right now, look at how flat, calm
Yes,
the
it's
water is.
gorgeous out
It's
there.
like a mirror. There's not a breath of wind, and it's not terribly hot. It's a little humid
And here,
here
there's
on
no-
the sofa.
Yes,
But,
yes, there's no breeze here.
It's very nice outside, so I think we'll probably take these glasses outside when we're
yes.
done here.
Yes, yes, we'll finish our happy hour up there, or maybe we'll take a little dinghy ride around.
Ooh, that could be nice.
Yes.
Yeah, we could visit the island.
I'm not sure all four of us can fit on the paddleboard.
No, we'll.
No, but we'll do the dinghy.
I'll ride a manatee.
Oh,
I
there's
just saw
the
one.
hot tub.
Yes. So I want to have you know, I piloted our Why Not most of the trip today, while Chris soaked in the hot tub while underway.
Talk about awesome. I mean, what a way to travel. Who travels in a hot tub? I mean, Chris.
Chris is a man of leisure.
That was amazing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is he going to give us the walk down the ladder tour?
I don't know. Where's he going?
He's going to the
Oh,
front.
he's going to the. We're getting the bow. I thought he was going to come back in.
Now you can see, you can see,
Yeah, okay.
you can see the difference in sizes of Stinkpot and Why Not.
Yeah.
There.
But you can see they are very
Fairly?
similar boats.
It really is quite amazing. You can't really realize that when they're separated by a dock and several boats. It's like, oh yeah, there's something similar about them. But it's not until we have them side by side like this.
That was.
They
amazing.
share DNA.
You see, we have no
indisputable.
carpeting in the pilot house because there's Kiki. Hi, Kiki.
You've been driving the boat this whole time.
Yeah, she's a really great admiral. But yes, there is no carpeting in the pilot house right now because if you've been following along, we did recarpet the rest of the boat. We actually are having a carpet area rug custom made. Hey, hi, there we are.
Hi, Chris.
Watch your step.
Here's our new carpet.
We are loving the new carpet.
So nice. Squishy.
Feels just like walking on koala bears.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she knows what walking my koala bear feels like.
I do not know.
You just know.
It's just what we imagine
some-
it would be like.
There's some
Here's-
things you just know.
here's our setup. Let's switch back to the stable cam. Bonk. There we are.
Any questions come in while you're up
Okay,
there?
let's see. So you guys at the loop on your boat Stinkpot, correct? Is it gas motors or diesel?
Diesel.
Diesel.
We have the Hino EH700s, which are 175 horsepower a piece.
We specifically purchased a diesel boat. We had a smaller Carver that was a gasser with what, 450s? 350s?
They were 350s, yeah.
And we considered doing the trip that way, but you just get more energy out of diesel. It's safer.
There are a lot of reasons to do diesel. The Carver was a 32-foot boat, which was 36 feet overall. Stinkpot is a 38-foot boat, which translates it into roughly 40 feet overall. They were very similar in layout. They had ostensibly very similar amenities, but we wanted a boat that had diesel engines and just a bit more space for us to stretch out in over the course of a year. Stinkpot, being bigger but with diesel engines, burns about half the fuel that our previous boat burned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's significant.
At similar speeds.
Yeah.
So what is your fuel economy on the Stinkpot?
Well, we travel at around 7.5 knots, and we calculate that we burn about 3.2 gallons per hour at that rate.
That's what we burn. That's what my calculation for why not. And ours, we have twin 370s.
Yeah, Cummins 370s, big engines.
So yeah, so like today,
So one of us
to
is
keep
wrong.
up with you guys at 7.5 knots ish, I was running about 1200 to 1250 RPM.
And we were running about 1300.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the mass of these boats is probably, you're probably about double our mass.
We're about 30,000.
We're about 17.5 dry and empty. So picture us
so
filled, we're probably closer to 22,000 pounds.
Yeah. But, the loop is a trip of a lifetime, and honestly, we spent about as much money as we do living on land.
And you were able to rent. You still had your home before when you were doing the loop, and you rented it out.
Yes,
right?
Actually, the rental of the house paid for the Great Loop for us. We didn't have to spend anything really above what we made in rent.
Yeah, we anchored out quite a bit, but we did go to marinas to see the sights and collect Amazon packages at times. But it is within reach for the normal person, and that is a message I would like to get out.
If you want to do it and you have the time to do it, you should do it. It's that simple.
I mean, we can help you if anyone.
Just learn to operate a boat.
Yeah, and off the beaten loop. I mean, there are tons of resources for loopers, and we just wanted to add to that with a little bit of more diverse.
Oh.
There's a plane taking off.
It's a plane.
Oh my God! Wow, is a seaplane take off right over our heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's why we're yelling.
Wow. Okay, it was loud.
He won't be here for long. Sean.
I wouldn't want to pay his fuel bill, but
I think some people said the signal dropped for a second. That might have been the seaplane passing in front of our Starlink signal, and I don't know what else might have happened there. I don't know. Does Google say our
error?
And Google's saying a few errors and no data. So maybe
It's your triple bonded connection.
it is, but didn't have a lot of time to. Oh no, we're broadcasting. So okay, something it's back. Whatever knocked us off for a second.
We got waked by a plane. That's what, I don't know.
Another boat just went by.
Oh, you can tell we're moving though.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Somebody just went on plane right beside us, and I think we got the best part of his wake.
Hey, we're rocking and rolling.
But of course, people can't actually visualize that because we're not doing the Star Trek jump,
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So, I'm not sure if we're having trouble or not. But yes, apparently there's some network issues going, and maybe this will be the time to give it our last question. With Mel saying, "Hey, they said you're happy to get insurance. Is insurance a problem on boats?"
It certainly can be, especially for new boaters. The insurance companies, because after COVID, a lot of people got into both RVing and boating. People were looking for things to do that got them out of their house, and these are two outlets that people chose. the influx of new boaters, the new inexperienced boaters, has caused insurance rates to both spike and insurers to stop accepting higher risk boaters. Let's put it that way. The risk pool is not as diversified as they would like it. So if you don't have experience at the helm of a boat and you're thinking that you want to get into boating, start with something small.
Go through training classes. Work with,
or just buy a boat and have it that you owned a small boat or a share of a boat or something, just so you have a boating resume. It helps. We got lucky. We thought we were going to need to hire a captain and build up and stuff.
But that was 5 years ago.
Yes.
It's a very different insurance.
Well, yeah, even then we thought it was going to be hard. We got lucky, and now it's a lot harder. So yeah, definitely do your homework before buying the boat.
Yeah,
I'm lucky in that I was at the helm of a 30-foot Chris Craft when I was 5 years old, and I've built up my boat.
That used to be legal
my entire life. It's still legal.
Yeah, there's no licensure. There's no training. Anybody can get in a boat and drive it.
And that's a pro and a con. I view it mostly as a con.
But when we bought our 32-foot Carver, my lifelong boating resume made it really easy for us to insure.
And then the step from the 32 to the 38 wasn't so great that it alarmed anyone.
The first question the insurance companies ask is, what is the biggest boat you've operated, or what have you operated that's similar in accommodations to this boat? And we were able to say when we were going to a 38-foot that we had just sold a 32-foot, and they said, "Oh, no problem."
But
that's within 10 feet. We can do that.
I hear though that older boats are being less likely to be insured now as well. Yeah. So it does,
especially wooden boats.
Make a phone call before you
definitely
buy the boat.
Sign that check.
Definitely make sure, because we were about to close on our boat and we're trying to get insurance, and they're basically telling us there's one company that will take you, and it's going to be this amount because you're unmarried. And that's why we decided 5 years ago to go ahead and why not? And
why not?
It's a great answer for everything. So we thankfully the agent we were working with was able to find one, because our boating experience before that, you had a how many foot boat?
27-foot Sea Ray when I was in high school. I went to prom by boat, and we had a family boat and did a lot of time on that. But that was from high school until now. My only boating experience until 5 years ago was an inflatable kayak, and so
and I had some experience racing Hobie Cat sailboats, but very different type of boating.
Incredibly.
Yes.
And I'm hearing a lot of stories now, especially being in the Facebook groups and whatnot, of boaters with a lot of experience who own especially older classic boats that are in pristine condition, but they're antiques, and they're made of wood. And a lot of insurance companies are looking at them askance now and actually kicking them off and saying, we don't want to insure you anymore.
Challenging.
There are too many risks associated with antique boats. So we're lucky we're fiberglass. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to insure a boat right now. That's the bottom line.
And like some of the major insurance companies have pulled out.
Siri's answering.
Like I heard Geico has dropped out of 40-foot and above boats or something. Like you guys just squeak in.
Right.
So it's challenging. Definitely do your homework before doing the deposit on a boat.
Yeah.
Make sure you can get insurance.
And so I think Steve noticed the sound, the buzzing sound, that boat or drone attack. I think it was a flying boat and a seaplane and a wake going by. You never know what's going to happen when you're on the water. It keeps things exciting.
Yeah.
We're in a real place.
Yes.
We should have maybe done this when we were in that prehistoric river bend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Or that first anchorage we're at, where we had we had 200 million megabits per second down or something.
We had AT&T 5G Plus. The only place I've seen it so far. It was in the middle of nowhere anchorage.
One of 9 places in the country, and we had it in the middle of
400 megabits
jungle.
AT&T.
It was
5G.
Incredible.
Plus our Starlink. Plus I think Verizon and T-Mobile were both rocking it there too.
So that was a good spot.
We were the only ones using it.
Yes. Sometimes you just get really lucky. And yes, I know. Well, yeah, Mark, you're asking about Starlink. We're broadcasting via Starlink. Go to mobileinternetinfo.com/Starlink. We've got all the details of what's current there.
And
so.
yes, we have been using Starlink since January on the boat. So.
Including roaming right now down the river.
You can thank Vladimir Putin for that.
Actually, in part, that is true.
Yes,
so.
that definitely catapulted the roaming ability and using it a little bit in motion, which you shouldn't be.
It's technically against their FCC license, but yeah.
Yes, and we do not use it while moving, but yes, when we are stationary and we are away from our home service address, it is currently working with what they call service portability.
Yep.
Which we are seeing them crack down on potentially right now.
Yeah,
we'll
so
see.
Follow along. It is definitely Starlink changes every few days. It's been kind of fun to track, so keep an eye on it.
We need to go for a walk.
Oh, okay. We got a little bit of light left. You want to put on the water shoes, and we can.
Yes.
Oh, do you want to do one more question?
Oh, if it's a good one.
It's okay. Steve wants to know: have any of us taken U.S. Coast Guard or other boating safety classes?
I have my Florida boating safety card. You have not completed the course.
I didn't finish the online course.
We both completed the main course via Boat US.
Yeah. Boat US website, and it is pretty comprehensive. Yeah. I feel quite confident.
It's an free online course. It's just
I actually have completed the coursework for a 6-pack, but I haven't taken the test.
Oh, that is a 6-pack is not abs. What is a 6-pack?
6-pack is a captain's license from the U.S. Coast Guard, basically enabling somebody to take 6 passengers out for hire.
Yes,
a maximum of 6.
And are you planning to take and get it?
I think I probably will eventually. I'm just it's on the back burner.
Yeah,
I could do it anytime.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we are caught up on questions. We've got a little bit of light left, so we can go finish our wine upstairs and watch the last
with some breeze.
Get some breeze. It's getting a little stifling in here, so I'm going to play the outro video, which is
featuring music by Dave.
So those who didn't who didn't see it at the beginning could see it here at the end with some shots taken just a few hours ago in some cases of us 69ing, anchoring, tying up.
Don't put it that way.
Rafting up.
Inside joke, Chris.
Rafting
Inside
up.
joke.
People
the
will
boat
tune in
side
for
to
that.
side, you know.
Side to side and backwards, yes.
6 on a boat, yes. Okay, here for joining in.
Twilight falls, starlight calls, darkness chills the air, and far away the heart will stray, a yearning with no care. And through this night the winds might fight, though none the victor be, till morning light on western bight warms the rising sea. This scene has played 10 million times, it's seen by far too few. This life, this glimpse is but a flash to me, is all so new. Tides rise and fall